I would like to believe, honorable members of parliament, that I have been nominated here because of what I can offer. If I was nominated here to represent the Jaluos, then I would ask you not to approve my appointment. Because when I take this appointment, I come from a region, right? But if you want me to serve political interest, with all due respect and humility, I am the wrong person for that appointment. I would like to see Kenya as a nation. I would not like to be taken to a silo where you say, well, you represent Siaya. God forbid. And even if you are to ask His Excellency, the President, in his wisdom, I think he knows why he has brought me here. If we are serious that we are a people that want change, then I'm thinking like the President, because what I do personally myself, and you can go to the University of Nairobi the years I was there, when you look for talent in the group, every region will come there automatically. Like I've told you, there's an intelligent person in every community. So the bottom line is ability to perform the task that you want. And even throughout my life during interviews, God forbid, but if you are not able to do the job, excuse me please, it doesn't matter who you are. That is why that's why the University of Nairobi was transformed into what it was. If I had said, let me first of all check, are you a Jaluo? And secondly, do you come from Siaya? That university would never have woken up. The examples I have, for example, my most loyal bodyguard, Mr. To Kiplangat, for 10 years. Why was he not a Jaluo? So I'm not going to be taken to that level. And please don't take me there, because I feel that if I can't serve the nation, then you let me do other things. I can do other things. In terms of regional and gender balance, I am very much aware of the legal requirements, including the people who are living with disability, Honorable Sankok. And I can assure you that I am a warrior in that section. I know that we are required to get at least 5% when we are employing of people with disability. But being disabled is not enough. You first of all must be able to do the task that we want. And I hope I'm talking very strongly here, Honorable Speaker, sir, because if I'm not able to do this, I shall not give you results. And I'm not one of those people who wants to come and stay here for 3.5 years, and then when you say, well, what did Professor leave in the ministry? They are very good processes, but there's nothing you can measure. So I hope together, with your understanding, I should be able to make a difference. Thank you very much.
Looks like Professor has woken up everybody.
Yeah.
May begin with...
No, I'm ready.
No, I can see all of you. I can see all of you. Yeah. I can see the Honorable John Bandi, and because there appear to be more on this side, and the Honorable, now there will be the issue of gender. Rachel Nyamai there, and okay, the Honorable Jimmy Angwenyi on account of age. 3. We start with the Honorable John Bandi.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And first of all, allow me to congratulate Professor for the nomination to serve in this ministry. I also want, it's not really a conflict of interest, but just to declare that Professor Magoha was actually my boss when he was the DVC A&F at the University of Nairobi, and I was a senior accountant. Having said that, I have 2 quick questions. The first one, we are required by law to assess the ability, experience, and qualities. Those are 3 parameters of a nominee. And looking at your CV, your resume, and your experience, you have the experience, the ability speaks for itself. So I will confine myself to qualities. And number 1 is, the public service that Kenyans can remember about you have been in two places. There are others, but these are standing out. Number one is University of Nairobi, and number two is being the chair of Kenya National Examination Council. There are people who have praised your ability to run or to steer those institutions, but there are also critics. And your critics say that you are too mechanical in your approach to management. When you came to the University of Nairobi, you actually, there used to be a lot of strikes. The way you dealt with it is like suppression and dictatorship. And you went to NEC, and there were a lot of issues with exams. And you have somehow, it appears to us, you have fixed it. But again, or you are among the people who fixed it. But again, there is the feeling that it is mechanical. Now you are going to the Ministry of Education, where you are going to deal with the NAT, KUPPET, and the rest, who are known for strikes. Is it true that you are mechanical in your approach and you will take it to that ministry? And what are we prepared for? Because we also know that NAT and KUPPET are very combative, and the future of our children will be at stake. And what are the long-term measures that you have instituted at NEC that would instill integrity into the system, so that when exits George Magoha, professor, like you are exiting today, then we would be proud that what you started there would continue. Finally, I want to take you to your declaration of your source of income and statement of your net worth. And just quickly, I've picked out two things. Under your income from rent, and this I'm asking you because you're getting into this office and you must be so transparent. 2018, your income from rent was 2,967,690. 2019, it is 1,472,883. And 2019 is only 2 months. Average rent is 700,000. For a whole year, it should be close to 8 million. How come your rental income has jumped all of a sudden? Is there some project, some property that you developed which got completed last year, which is giving enhanced rental income? And if that is the case, where did you get the funding to do that? Finally, on your statement of net worth, statement of net worth should reflect your assets and liabilities. Offset it and get the difference. You are telling us here you have a home in Nairobi and one in Yala. You have buildings in Nairobi, parcels of land and forest in Yala, including domestic animals, motor vehicles, treasury bills, cash in fixed deposit account, and cash in bank, which are estimated at 250 million. I don't know whether it is because of space, but this committee would be interested in a little more details about what you own, so that after 2 years when you're declaring your wealth, we will be sure that either you have increased your wealth acquisition or it reasonably remains within acceptable limits. Thank you.
Honorable Nyamai.
Thank you, Chair. Professor, congratulations for being nominated. I would like to go to a simple matter about staffing in primary schools and secondary schools. Currently, we have schools that have only 2 teachers. You find a school with a head teacher and a deputy head teacher, and the school has 8 classes. This is a matter that is going to confront you from all parts of the country. We would like you to tell us, now that you have fixed so many things in this country and that you have a lot of experience in education and other areas, how are you going to deal with this? 2 is about Education for Sustainable Development policy for education sector, which was developed in 2017, which is calling for reorientation of education approaches and curriculum, teaching and assessment to address sustainable development. I would like to ask you two issues. One is, what is your view about this newly introduced curriculum? We've had some people say it's good, and we've also seen some fears in the ministry. What is your opinion? Then the second one is, what challenges do you expect, and how are you going to deal with this? Thank you very much, Chair.
Finally, Jimmy Angweni.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thanks, Professor Magoha. We should thank the President for nominating you and presenting you to us. Professor Magoha, most countries which have moved from third world to first world, countries such as Singapore, Malaysia, China, have one important element, the element of providing appropriate skills to their youth. How are you going to handle this thing, the appropriate technical skills to our people, to our youth, so that they can help this country jump from third world, first world? Two, they have been, it has come to our notice in recent times that some of the universities are offering unapproved programs, and some students have even graduated on those unapproved programs. How are you going to handle that? That some students have studied and graduated on unapproved programs. How are you going to handle that? Thank you.
Yeah, over to you, Professor Magoha.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mbadi, for. Oh, I remember you used to be at Kikuyu campus at one time. It is important that I explain to you first and foremost, and I wanted to offer you this book, since it looks like you have not gone through it, through the speaker, but